This customer needed some help. Trip hazards, drainage issues, and just a sad environment for someone to call their backyard. It was time for an upgrade. And first, there was a couple things to consider. This water heater was getting moved inside, but the AC unit needed to be lifted out of the way to get things started. With some careful rigging, we were able to do just that, without having to disconnect it or do any damage to the copper lines, so the cracked concrete got removed. There's also some old crusty irrigation valves that we're going to eliminate. We cut them out and extended the main to the outside of the new sidewalk area. Also with the sleeve for future electrical that can be tied into the existing plug. This is a helpful thing to think of. This is what we call underground infrastructure work, which includes drainage lines with risers to the locations where we will have drains and a concrete flatwork. Professionals know how to make sure these are placed to line up with your control joints exactly where you want them. It's also important to consider a drain behind the future wall. These are little things that cost money and where amateurs take shortcuts. We pride ourselves in having high standards, and that's why we're always smiling. With all the new infrastructure underground and in place, we can move on to pouring the footing for our wall. This will be a small slumpstone wall that will hold back the slope and protect our new usable space. We have a nicely sized footing with some number 4 rebar and vertical steel to hold the wall together. You can see the drain stubbed up behind the wall there. That's where we will tie in more strategically placed connections in order to catch and control all the water behind the wall and send it to the drain system below. After the wall was complete, we simply had to do some grading, tie rebar, and it was time to pour concrete. You can see we created a step there to make up the difference in elevations between the backyard and the front yard. Now, before I show you the final product, I want to get back to the drains. This is on the outside of the fence, and the city requires us to use cast iron in the parkway, ABS under the sidewalk, and then we can connect to our poly pipe, which is what the drains are made of in the yard. You can see the cast iron pipe there. Not cheap, not light. We then cored a hole in the curb and made our final connections. You can see we had to modify the irrigation there for the parkway irrigation. This is where it's going under the sidewalk. You can see they had some electrical there. And there it is, all cleaned up. A little bit of seed and topper. It's always a nice touch to get the grass to come back. Speaking of nice touches, there's that finished concrete. This is the sidewalk going across the back. And you can see the slope going to the drains there, and all the new patio area. Nice clean slumpstone wall, nice usable space. It's gonna be a lot easier for these people to enjoy their yard and keep it clean. At this point, the concrete professionals are done, and the landscape professionals will begin. Thanks for watching.